Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
And I'm Erin Palmer, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Ashley from Black Infinity Collective. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So happy to be here.
Pleasure having you.
Before we talk about Black Infinity Collective, tell our viewers a little bit about you and who you are and what you do.
Good deal. My name is Ashley. I use she, her pronouns. I'm originally from New Jersey, currently residing in Connecticut. I come from a background of church leaders, and that's how I started my work within service. And I am very happy to be doing the work that I love and caring for Black folks every day.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and we love people doing the work in the community. So I've got to ask, talk to us about Black Infinity Collective, how it got started, what kind of work you do, and how you got involved.
Yeah, so Black Infinity Collective is a freedom fighting organization with Black queer leadership. The beginning of the organization started back in 2016, where most of the work was surrounding police abolition. We still hold that true in our hearts. We move in the way of our abolitionist ancestors, but currently we are practicing liberation and honoring the fluidity of ourselves in the movement. Most of our work is centered around housing justice and also providing community members with community grants to ensure that they can find safe and sustainable living. We have also supported community members with eviction blockades. We've held rent parties and also building coalitions with other organizations in the state to fight against to fight for housing justice. We also are working to move through a transition of leadership. I just took on the role as executive director this last October, and we are now working on rebuilding the organization. I am honored to have a wonderful deputy director in Ty Cooper, and we're the only two full-time staff members. So if you can imagine, it is a small nonprofit, but a nonprofit that works within the state, and it's two full-time staff members. We stay very busy. And we are currently looking to expand our capacity and to add more folks within the movement.
That's really great work. Can you tell us how you envision housing justice? So what a just housing future would look like?
I believe housing justice is a human right. I think it is unfair and shows the amount of capitalism in our country that folks make a living off of providing folks a place to live. You are seeing it in every major city and even some of our small towns where gentrification has taken over and where housing has become non-affordable, right? And we are working towards that, creating a just and equitable housing system for all. One of the things that we are working on is in the state of Connecticut is banning evictions during the winter time. Currently in the state of Connecticut, you are unable to cut off water and cut off heat in a person's house if they're unable to afford it during the winter time, because our winters are very harsh. So we are moving to push legislation that will also ban evictions during that time to allow, landlords won't be able to push folks out of their homes in the dead of winter. Some of the blockades that we've taken a part in over the years, it has happened in the middle of a snowstorm, and also has included families of 5, which also include children, school-age children. So that's also part of the work that we are doing to ensure that eviction moratoriums are put in place during the school year as well. Because during COVID, we've seen the numbers where there's been a spike in absentee and emotional trauma within students when they are also evicted. Folks who are under the age of 18 are not listed on a housing agreement or on a lease, right? And these are the folks who are not counted when we talk about the amount of evictions and folks who have been evicted in our state. So it's been very important for us to lean into the work and see it from a holistic place understanding the work that we do work with and support Black folks, and they're also the most impacted by the housing crisis in our state. There's about 13% Black folks in our state, and unfortunately, they represent over 56% of the folks who are impacted by evictions in our state. So this work has been very important, and it's important for us to do it from a Black queer feminist lens, which is how we moved into the community grants. So during the break of the pandemic, when folks were staying home, we gathered together with folks around the state and started what we call Queen Annie Freedom Lab. And with that work, we were giving out food to folks who needed it, without any charge. It was just signing a form and picking up food. And we had to shift due to pandemic and not being able to have a place to actually hold food and keep it safe. We shifted to providing folks with community grants. And what we begin to see is folks who also needed food also could not pay their rent, right? And as we were looking at some of the support that was coming for our community, especially in the state, it took an enormous amount of paperwork for folks to actually get what they needed. And with conversations with other Black folks and Black organizers, we decided to give community grants without too much hassle upfront. We just need to know your name and how to send you the money, right? Because we knew and we know that folks are still struggling in our state. It's important for us to do it that way and keep folks' whole humanity intact.
Awesome, awesome. And you mentioned that, currently there are only 2 people on staff, and you are currently looking to fill out the board of directors and to, fill some more positions. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes, we are definitely looking to expand our capacity. Again, 2 full-time staff members, and with all this work and all the ideas and the brilliance that is bubbling up out of conversation, it's important for us to be able to support our community members with integrity, right? And we understand that in this work, burnout is very real. So we are hiring a fundraiser and a grant writer, one in the same position. We're looking to do that right now with the contractor pay, because we are still looking to raise money to have folks on full time. When there are 2 folks on staff, we're doing admin, we're doing development, we're doing organizing. It's like an all-in-one for each of us. And we really, really need someone who is capable of grant writing to support us at this time.
In addition to employment opportunities and the internal work of Black Infinity Collective, how can people get involved and support the work that you're doing?
They can actually support us by buying BIC merchandise. We have some t-shirts that are for sale, ready for the summertime, ready for those beach days, ready for those festivals, and to be able to have on a Black Infinity Collective t-shirt would make us really proud and is really supportive. Those funds go directly to our community grants. Also, you can become a donor. We have a donor base where you can give right online without any hassle. So those are the ways you can support us. Also, we are looking for board of directors. As I said in the beginning, we have moved through a leadership transition, and we were once we had a physical sponsor, and now we're our own 501c3, which comes with a different set of rules and responsibilities. And we really need folks to support us in that decision-making and sustaining the structure.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about things that are upcoming and some of the things that you want to accomplish as you look towards the future.
Yeah, upcoming, we are planning community conversations that will happen throughout this year, which will also support our work. We really want to know what the community needs. I can provide testimony in front of legislators. We can hold trainings, but we really want to know what the folks need at this time. We are also planning to build out our Queen Annie Freedom Lab work, going back to the food justice portion, in which we started with the mutual aid work, really understanding the also food crisis that is in our state. There are multiple large urban cities in Connecticut that are deemed food deserts. So we're looking into how can we provide nutritious and delicious food, not to sound corny, but how can we really help folks understand where their food is coming from and what benefits it has for them? So those are some of the things we're looking to move towards, and still pushing housing equity, and understanding that housing and food justice is largely connected to environmental justice. So we're doing a lot of training ourselves internally to further understand how we can support each other.
It sounds like you're doing really great work and contemplating expanding your work, and I hope you'll stay in touch and keep us informed about your programming and what you're working on. Can you tell viewers how they can learn more and stay in touch? Give us all your social media handles.
Sure. We would love folks to keep in contact with us. You can find us at blackinfinitycollective.org. We are also on Instagram at BIC_CT. We're also on Twitter on BIC_CT. So please find us. Please stay connected to us and support our work.
And viewers, links are in the description if you missed any of that. So they're there for you to find.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us today. It's been such a pleasure getting to chat with you. Thank you for the important work that you're doing in our community. And I hope our viewers or anybody who sees this is able to reach out and provide as much support as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media.
And click around our YouTube channel and check out our other interviews, blogs, forums, and more. While you're there, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, viewers, thank you for watching.